What's going on, fam? This is KR Jones of the Off the Strength podcast, and I am here to tell you to like, listen, subscribe, and if you're feeling freaky, visit offthestrength.com. That's where you can go and get more information on us. That's where we can link, we can build, we can connect, and let's make this thing work.
Walter D. Myers was the first author that I read who made Black experiences seem Black on paper. He made our experiences accessible and authentic. I really think I'm nothing but a collection of the people around me. How I move, how I do things, how I think things, how I get in and out of things. I think my family and my friends are the context to me. Anytime somebody meets a different person that's close to me, they understand me more.
You cannot buy me, I'm already free. They talk about who the hottest, where I'm from, it's already me. Said I'm too unique. Can't no one owe me, you want me, then you gotta pay me a fee. You cannot buy me, I'm already free. Y'all talking like we some rookies, it can't be me, so we too elite. So what's it gonna be? You can say all that you want, but all that I want is all you gon' see. Not for sale. Woke up feeling just like T'Challa. Grew up doing other things for them dollars. Ironic, that is what they call him. But he only about the commas. First things first, know that when there's dough involved, there's always quid pro quo involved. Cause ain't nothing free, I need my coin, cause ain't nothing cheap. I never die like I'm Goku, on my soul too. Spent a pretty penny on my souls too. Flows had those in 02, 14 had hoes too. Dreams of pushing the old school, bumping new school. Same price as tuition at my old school. The one right by Whole Foods. In a year went from local to global. In DC they stamp me like I'm supposed to. Overseas what family say resonate like the Pope do. In the shot got some niggas who never faced a book in their life. But if I ask polite then they probably poke you. Shorty tryna see what the Pope do. The song make a boogie in the hoodie. When artists come see what the stroke do.
You already plotting on the title.
Already plotting on the title.
Hey, yo.
We either dubbing or we thumping, yo. It's nothing in between.
No in
Snuck if
between.
you buck, yo, when that came out,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
nothing was the same.
Oh my God. Snuck if you buck shifted the entire world.
And they got paid $12.
That's so crazy. They was like 15.
Yo, that's yeah.
One of the most monumental songs of all time.
And it means so much, but like, damn, when you think about what they got paid for,
Yeah, that shit terrible.
man, I fell down that rabbit hole in
Yeah,
the pandemic.
that'll happen. You just look up and now you know way too much information about a very specific topic.
Every time, you know?
You be like, yeah, yo, like have y'all gone down the Sam Cooke rabbit hole?
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Since the documentary, I ain't even know
I
how
ain't
deep.
even watched a documentary. I just started reading shit, and I'm like, yo, these niggas are sick. So when they be talking about, oh, this new generation is wild, do y'all not know who Sam Cooke is?
Sam was on the front line with his.
What?
And was putting up, like, in a time where it was like, yo, this gonna cost you your life. Most of your friends ain't gonna make it.
Bro,
Like,
this
on some real
nigga
shit.
Sam Cooke, if this was the league, he was putting up numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Triple double, no assists.
And put
sure.
that all on the line at a time where it was like, yo, you might fuck up your money forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's different today. He ain't have a lot of it. It was still like, nah, segregation. We still
Nah,
with that.
he was
Like,
with all
he
he was with all that shit. And then if you even think like the Motown niggas, you think about Berry Gordy and like all the kids and Marvin Gaye and all of the who was kids to who and who ended up dating who and what ended up. Damn, y'all ass was insane.
Nah, it was just a big old ancestral
It was a
party.
different time. You know
Y'all was getting when they had the audacity to be like, man, this new generation, boy, y'all ass was spicy. Like,
it just
what?
wasn't the reporting, man.
Oh, y'all was spicy, boy. Stop it.
Motherfuckers had whole ass secret families
Niggas
back then.
stay with secret families down the street.
Yo,
When-
my grandfather had a secret family.
Of course.
We found out at the funeral, bro.
Of course.
It was
That's
real
when
rap.
When you
you,
get all that information.
that's when you find out.
puzzle pieces
Because you
come
get
together.
that, why is she crying so hard?
Yeah.
You start asking questions.
Yo, they look kind of familiar.
Who
but
are
not
they?
familiar.
Like, why he look
Why
like
they
me,
look
but
like me?
and somebody else?
Bizarro me is over there across the table,
No cap.
crying into the
What?
potato salad.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They talking like
It's like, what is happening right now?
That's why
That's how we felt.
It's the last chance for that shit to come out.
bro,
It's
that's
like,
why I be so blown.
wait a
Motherfucker be
minute.
talking crazy when I'm like,
Why
bro,
y'all
you know how
crying
many,
so hard?
you know how many grandfathers had whole families?
Oh yeah.
And we're not talking one kid.
No,
we talking
it was a
4
whole family.
and a wife and a, you know what I'm saying, and a girlfriend.
Yeah, had a strong presence. It was like, yo,
What?
and it was something
They
ridiculous.
what? Those kids feared him. Like he had a presence in that house.
But be like a half
Like,
half a town over. It won't even be far. It'd be
No.
the laziest cheat ever.
that's just
Yeah, the president. Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
damn.
Y'all
He
just
back-
calling the same shit.
Yeah, but he back from work already. Niggas
It's all a lie.
like, yo, what the fuck?
That shit's
Yeah,
crazy.
that nigga live on the other side of the playground.
Right? Young Dabe, how we looking, brother?
We recorded for like 2 minutes.
Oh, we in there. My man. See, this is a secret assassin, Young Dabe.
After
over
he
here.
said the song, the episode title rather, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we was in that.
He snuck
yeah.
it in there.
Snuck
I
it
was
in
ready to
there.
rock, man. You feeling good, brother?
I'm solid, man, for real.
Man, I'm still excited off of last night, man. So we ready to get it rocking. Dave, which one is mine? This is me right here. All right. What's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome back to yet another episode of Off the Strength, where we're giving you the inside look into all things wellness culture. I'm a trainer called Tony, and of course, with me, I got a gentleman of extraordinary league.
KR Jones is in the building.
That's right, folks. We are back. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all type from near and far, you are now in store for a treat. Ain't that right, Brother Jones?
Yes, sir.
Now, my man, KR Jones, I know you already understand why I'm excited on this evening in particular, bro.
Of course.
There are few and far times in between my life where I could look back and sentiently see, yo, I met somebody today that I know I'm going to keep seeing, and I can't wait to see their growth and trajectory. And it typically happens, Kyle, right around the time that I'm having a conversation about this thing that I love called music, man. You know how I feel about it.
Hip hop.
Take the whole damn show. We anchored it around it. It's a wellness show, but you know how we met or we broke up, got back together, that whole situation. You understand it, right?
I see what you're doing.
You see where I'm taking it, bro. Come on, man. You know I showed up to play today. So when I came in, man, I had a chance to meet this young brother, and I met him on the back of a bus like I met many of my friends growing up in life.
Paint the picture, why don't
He's
you?
already laughing, but he knows where I'm going to go.
So the cool kids was in the back because I was black, or
Kids-
just
I mean, he just kind of gravitated
Just
towards each
gravitated
other.
towards the back. Niggas kind of just like
Nobody
it
made us
said-
sit back there. It wasn't that type of bus.
y'all two get back there.
Get over here.
It was welcoming back there. I
Yeah,
don't know.
man. So we're on this trip, right? And I got to tell you, it is like a MTV real world kind of scenario, but for wellness stuff, right? And it's happening with the nice Canadians up there. They put together a real solid little spread. Shout out to them good Loop people over there, man. So I meet this brother on the back of the bus. We sitting there. And instantaneously, I knew we was going to be friends, Kyle. You know how?
Y'all insulted each other,
That's
I'm assuming.
exactly right. Because it came just like how my good brother Kyle over here, our very first relationships have started off with the snapping that has been disrespectful early, but it's only something that I do with people that I truly love.
You gotta insult somebody.
You know? And there was another person that was there. We're not going to mention right now because that brother later on went on to do some stuff that we've also talked about. But we're going to skip past him real quick.
He was there.
'Cause
We don't speak on that man's
we don't
name.
speak on this man right now.
He who will not be named, apparently. Okay.
But anyway,
This nigga Voldemort now?
we don't speak on that man.
That's how he be acting. You know what I'm saying? You gotta leave him over there.
He do a lot of other
You
stuff.
know,
you know?
other unworldly.
But anyway, so we having this conversation, and I hear him talking about, yeah, man, I'm into yoga. You know, I rap. I'm out from the shy. I'm doing all of this stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know, we in the middle of snapping. We about to have his dinner and all the rest of this kind of stuff. I'm like, all right, I gotta hear this man's rap. And you know, at that point, Kyle, I had not heard Snuck to Matty yet.
It's 1:37, I'm supposed to be home at 12. And my homie that I'm with, man, he's supposed to be home as well. 30 minutes away, I still gotta drop him off. Every 30 minutes, make up a lie and call my mom. Know if I get in trouble again, my car is gone. Told her that I caught a flat while I was on the way home. Then I got pulled over and the cops behind my car running my license plate. That's why it's taking so long. Had an old picture of a flat tire from before that she ain't know about. So I texted her as proof. I told her the cops was racist. They told me not to move, and if I did for any reason, they said they gonna shoot. Well, certain elements of the story was true, but we did have a flat. Well, really more than that, cause before we left the party, man, my homie had popped too. And cops was behind us before we left the party too, running the house that we had went into. See, let me rewind you and catch everybody up to.
I went upstairs after we had this dinner party. I throw on 94 Camry music, and I'm starting to listen. And I'm like, damn, I let this dude talk wild shit to me, and his music is hot on top of that? Like, this is insulting. The morning that I woke up, I was not the only person that felt this way. We had this gigantic brother, name literally translates to man who's big enough for two souls.
He is.
Shout out to the brother Damon out there. He's on the elevator pointing at people, yo, you download this man's album? I was like, yo, this is the most aggressive A&R I've ever seen in
my life.
Download the album right now and keep moving. And everybody throughout the course of this weekend started listening. It's like, yo, you could just see your posture has to change. Yo, this dude spitting. I thought everybody, there was a lot of artists in the room. This brother out here spitting for real.
That's beautiful.
From that moment on, I would go on to see not just how talented this brother was, but he's a deep intellectual thinker. I'm talking about this man is in the sciences. I go on and I start to realize, okay, he's also a man in the community in a real way when I get to learn about the Delacreme Scholars. And I'm going to go on and on because I'm happy to see the talent, the man, the myth, and the legend in becoming right here. When I say that, I got my brother Femdot here from the city of Chicago. Let's make some noise one time in the studio.
Damn, that was one hell of an intro.
Oh, you know we're going to throw all types of Michael Jordan shit inside there, man. We're going, now. And host Dave, hit him with the lights. We're coming in with all of that.
Hey, yo. That's crazy.
My man, Fem, what's the word, brother?
Appreciate y'all, man. Yeah. You know, I think all quality friendships start. If I'm not heating your ass, you know, probably in the back of a bus. Damn, that's crazy. That a lot of friendships have started over motherfuckers flaming each other on the back of the. That's beautiful.
It was pivotal, man. It meant something for me.
Wow. Peak blackness.
It was. That's the moments in life that really like bring it out. It was like, damn, yo, this is gonna be a memory that I have forever. And now I get to see this brother shine. Coming off of Kyle, we was just talking about when we was in SOBs last night. Got to see this brother perform. There's only the last time that I was in SOBs. I'm gonna let you know, fam. Again, you the young homie to just me, because I'm an old ass dude in New York now. I'm starting to get that card. Mm-hmm. I was in SOBs the last time to see Lupe Fiasco and Kanye West. So apparently I go to SOBs exclusively for Chicago rappers.
That's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like you have great taste.
And it's the ones that really bring that spirit out of me, man. You know, so I can go on and on about how I felt, but I know my brother Jones was out there too, and he's also been a part of the listening experience a little bit. Kyle, you got any words for this man before we jump into it?
One, that was the longest intro we've ever had in life. That was heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen no intro like that, but it was real.
Y'all know how I feel about y'all. Y'all should understand this.
And the insult was real because when I see him the first time, I offered him some weed. He turned it down. He was like, yo, I just had a muffin. I was like, a weed muffin? Yeah, exactly.
That's how he looked at me.
I'm like, man, this nigga is weed, man.
I'm instantly muffin head ass, boy. Now
I'm not kicking it with homie. You got a weed muffin?
I was on a whole nother planet, though.
Fam, we ended up like shooting the shit after that, fam. We ain't looked back since, you know what I mean? So that love is real, man. So I'm only here for this conversation that was supposed to happen years ago.
Nah, it's supposed to happen right now.
But it happened right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
My brother is starting to build up these crowning lists of achievements. And fam, I gotta let everybody else out there in listening land know why I'm so geeked to talk to you, man.
Please.
So I know people gonna need to know who you are, where you're from, and we're gonna get into the course of the episode. So if you could just give them a little bit about what the background is, give them the name, let them know exactly where you can get you right down this lane over here.
Right in the lane. Okay, yeah, my name is Femdot. I'm out of Chicago. You can find me on every platform there is. I don't do Tinder and shit, though. I'm not really a swiper.
You swiping out here, bro?
Not really much of a swiper.
Go left.
Yeah, go left. Just, but every other platform you can find me at. And then IG, obviously, at femdot.com. It's all spelled out.
He's polyhyphenate, man. Fem, I'm going to kick you off with a little something like this, man.
Yeah.
First, just touching down on the stage as SOBs is. Like, you got a lot of legendary performers that have started their space over there and, like, started to move into different directions, man. And again, last night I got to see genuine reception from a crowd that is like, this looked like it was your crowd in a lot of different ways. It was like, I'm looking at this crowd, it was like, oh, okay, they know a lot of these words, shout out to everybody, but they here for this. It's like, I see what they here for, they showed up for this. Ad-libs was on point, they already knew. I saw the phone pop out, everybody was here for this, man. Just to come into a city that's not yours, right? I mean, we welcome you. I'd love to see that. Knicks is going to be over the Bulls every day.
So I put a play
So
on.
when we see you come in here, you get that reception from New York, and you see the crowd like genuinely love what you just put out, man. Talk to me a little bit about that. How's that make you feel?
How y'all got a head start and y'all still lost? Y'all the type to get stole from and the type I will still off. Who this powerless but still raw, still even kill, fed no man, talking nada. Nail dog, screw screaming long, live my brother Mikey in the whip right before I peel off. Said I put up like Batman, but instead I ain't rich, I'm a black man, but I got hands, so let's do it. Walk 'em. I will Pac-Man, ball conda, like the church league champs, like I'm Pac Div, heard you turn 12 at the Pac-10. Pac-10 the whip, but shorty get on my lap then.
It's always cool to get love where you're not from, because then that means like I really get love at home. Like I really work hard to do stuff at home, right? So to get love somewhere else not only validates me, but also like validates the people at home who like, yeah, we champion him. Right?
Yeah.
Like, cause it's like, this is bigger than just a Chicago thing, right?
Absolutely.
So it's super raw, and it's just cool because like I'm not from, like, you know what I'm saying? And when you think of New York, LA, and Chicago crowds, they're tough crowds. These aren't people you just casually win over. Like, you're not finna just be like, especially like New York when it comes to hip hop, because like with it being the Mecca, right? With hip hop starting here, right? Like it's like people would just stare at you in the crowd. You feel me? They just look at you like, yeah.
Oh no, we saw some of that. Yeah,
we looking at
know
you.
that energy.
You know what I'm saying? But then them same dudes will walk up to you afterwards like, no, you was spitting though. Like, you hard. You feel me? Every word, I felt that. Like, but you wasn't moving. You feel me? So it's just cool. It's just refreshing to see like, like I made these songs in my crib. You know what I'm saying? Like these songs for me. So it's cool that like I could be in another space and somebody can attach themselves to it.
Seeing the start of the album where we had to share the listening party back at Lulu I forget how many months ago that was now.
4 months ago, maybe, just about.
I saw some of those same people that was at that listening party last night.
Yeah.
And they
introduced
they said something to me
again.
And I was like, yo, I'm a fly on the wall, fam. I'm just here to support this. He's like, oh no, you was hosting the joke. Yeah, we ain't coming out. I was like, yo, I just pulled up, man. I'm just trying to find out just like you. Oh, I know who you here to see. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Like that energy from just hearing it to right now, 4 months later, it's like, oh, okay. Some of those seeds that was planted that day, I could see the flowers already growing over here, man. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, no, that's tough. That's very tough. Yeah, I've seen a lot of them too, and I remember faces too. So they like, yeah, you remember? I remember you, bro. You skipped work. Like, yeah, I remember you skipped work to come to the show. I mean, to come to the listening party.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
they're coming out to see you, man.
It was really cool.
There was a young lady there that had a shirt that said Femdot on there.
Oh yeah,
and I made merch, but I ain't never had nobody wear my name. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so fun fact about that shirt too is that shirt is 4 years old.
Really?
Yes. So,
see, that's loyalty right there.
Yeah, I don't even have that shirt no more.
That's first and foremost. I'm seeing that in the crowd. Like, all right, bet. Then to get into the songs, of course, Tone, you dragged out the 94 Camry music, but I think the performance, the placement of the songs, if you will, you know what I'm saying? So
they stuck out?
They stuck out.
What stuck out to you in particular, man?
Always, man. You know I loved when Broke came on, you know what I'm saying?
I wanna buy you the world, but I can barely afford a meal. Running on E, but I'm good if you ask me how I feel. I can't put my burdens on you, I know. You got things going on too. And I know I'm not helping when that goes. But to be honest, it's pride that is broken the most. If you knew all my lows.
Transition, but to go into the happy breakup song.
This ain't no sad song.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Beautiful song right there.
I love it too, man. But it's been released on some hard times.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I shared that with a couple people. You know, it ain't no sad song. I'll be trying to let them know.
However.
But you know, our time.
However.
Has dimmed.
Has ended.
I hope you
found peace.
And you helped me. Look at all the shit you did for me on my way to us ending. Look at what you did.
Look at how we helped each other end this.
Grow
God.
separately.
The growth in that in general, I think when people really dive into the music, what I appreciate is the introspective. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the voice that you have is something that carries. You know what I'm saying? When you say things, they hold weight to them.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate that in the artist, man. But I feel like we jumping on a lot of order, man. We getting into the music tone. I think there's a way we typically start off.
Well, yeah, man. I really do think that they're all a part of a wellness conversation because this brother's been celebrating life, the full spectrum of life, all over that, fam. And we talk about wellness because that's where we reside. But in truest form, I know that you're a scientist about everything that you're putting together, man.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're taking away these parts and you have like a template for, okay, I'm gonna use this song for this. I'm gonna come in here, and from I'm just starting to discover and develop this complex thing called manhood on the early songs. Then the relationships coming inside there. Then here's my aspiration coming about. This is all a wellness journey to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
So for us, we like to start off this conversation in a very particular way, man. Now, I know music is a big love and it's a big part of the life, but we would need to know, where were you when you first fell in love with this thing we call wellness, man?
When I first fell in love with the wellness, like if you'd have asked me that question maybe a couple years ago, I would say then. But as like getting a more holistic idea of what wellness is, probably like as a child, like because I think so much of my wellness is also attached to the music that I make. Yeah. And just like the idea of expression and like what that does for my like mental and like the things that became outlets, like, sports and music and things of that sort, all started as a child.
And that's all in Chicago?
Yeah.
Paint us this picture. Like, tell me where.
So, I was outside as a kid, like in every fathom of the word. Got some space and got some smoke. Come and ride, take you where you wanna go. Oh yeah. Why? What a nice guy. Back in 14 did the sports thing, even now I'm a student. But some people that I grew up with, they ain't go up with me, so they were doing what I'm doing. That's back when the block and the AAU teams was both the only things out here recruiting. So either way, niggas just shoot. I was playing sports out community-wise. I was cool with people, like, I was rapping, obviously, all of these things. And I was like everybody's little brother. You know what I mean? Like, I was always around all the older folks. I'm the youngest of four, so, like, me and my siblings dumb close, and they're all, like, substantially older than me. Like, the closest one is 6 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but what you would know based on us being together. So so because of that, I'm always around. I'm always, just kind of in shit. So a lot of my, like, hobbies and habits, one, come from them, right? Like, they kind of, like, I'm more of a culmination of them, right? But also then as I started like coming into my own or just even picking up interests that I like, whether it's basketball or music or, like had good conversation or reading or like I liked reading a lot. I always loved to hold conversations and try to, find information or just get context on things. I've always been big on that.
What's one of the first books you picked up that like really started to make you look at the world a little different?
Shooter by Walter D. Myers.
Okay. Why is that?
Which is now No, Monster's a movie. But
Monsters, okay.
Monster is a movie that's on Netflix. I think A$AP Rocky's in it or whatever. But it's made by the same artist. Walter D. Myers was the first author that I read who made Black experiences seem Black on paper.
Wow.
Like, I read, because he's from New York, actually. I think he's from Harlem. But he didn't write in like a Black experience that white people could digest. Like, he tried to use the same slang, but also like I was a child, so like it wasn't like it was too complicated for me to read, no matter how advanced I was reading, right?
It was accessible.
He made our experiences accessible and authentic, at least from what I was able to pick up on. Like, I knew from reading about, and even Shooter was about like a kid, like it was like two 17-year-old kids like murdering something, like it's like a murder case and all this shit, but I talking about the humanity in that aspect, right? I knew I wasn't from where they were from, right? Like, we're not from the same place. But not that I knew because he said they're from New York or something. It's because I seen how they were talking in the book, right? Like, I see how the slang they were using in the book, the way he describes the area, right? I'm like, oh, we're not from the same place, but this is a Black experience that I'm relating to. And that was the first time I was able to see that for real.
Man, that's powerful. I know exactly what you're talking about when you're seeing like the words translate to something that speaks. Sometimes, at least in my old ass English classes, they be giving you stuff where it's like, yo, anytime you see thou thrown in there and a bunch of like words, it's like, you know, who talks like this? It's like, where we
Nobody
coming
talks
from?
like this, bro.
in like these biblical terms, unless you're really giving me some King James that's associated with this. I don't know if I want to come across with that.
And then all of my all of, like my authors who I've like gravitated to, even like a Bell Hooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what makes Bell Hooks so special, or like Audre Lorde so special, or even like this dude named Robert Sapolsky, who's like a science dude, right? What makes them so special is that like they talk about concepts that are either like extremely large or extremely like small, but they do it in a manner that is like casual conversation with an intellectual. It doesn't seem like you're trying to, you know, like preach to me or whatever. It feels like we're having a conversation and I'm just responding in my head.
Yeah, man. Some people talk at you with their cult of intelligence.
That's not cool.
I appreciate that not being preachy, and especially when you're transitioning that into art, man. And again, it's one of those things where I'm looking at it, I'm seeing, okay, this brother is casually just dropping some of the best poet laureates and some of the best, like, you know, people that are actually putting together this whole complex narrative inside of what it means to be an author. Taking that brain, and then also I know it's also the science brain, and now saying I'm gonna construct a song.
Yeah.
Take me through that process. You got all these different people that you could pull this information from, so you almost got the infinity rings for being able to get all. It's like, I like how Big Bro did this, but Sis maybe did this way, and then it's like, I'm gonna take all of these, and now I got this pen right here that I keep tucked on the ear, and this is where the story's gonna start to come together. So.
Cause I'm trying to make it happen at the right time. Trying to make it here for a lifetime. Something for the clip, for the lifeline. Right now you want it, you like mine. Trying to make it happen at the right time. Trying to make it here for a lifetime. Something for the clip, for the lifeline. Right now you want it, you like mine. Yo, don't throw it away. Put it in my palms. I make sure that it's safe. Open your heart. Don't throw it away. Put it in my palms. I make sure that it's safe. I'm trying to get all the money, I never had it. We was born with hella baggage on them.
I mean, I started rapping like my brother off rip. My brother is still one of the greatest lyricists I've ever known in my existence.
That's
like
what's up.
songwrites now, after years of like working corporate and then getting back into music recently, is super amazing. But it makes me super happy. That shit raw as hell. But I thought he was so descriptive, right? One, because he's just my older brother, so he's cool. I want to be like my older brother, right? So I start getting an ear that he has and stuff like that. My sister has a love for R&B and like just an amazing person. So it's like I'm starting to think of like things at least musically from different perspectives, because that's how she looked at the world. Like she always tries to like find a way to bring context into things, because she's a scientist too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so I think that's where like my idea of context really comes in. My brother closest to me was like always fly, always like on the new shit, and was always in this shit. So it's like, then that leads to that. So now when I'm telling my story, I'm kind of pulling from all of these elements along with just like trying to prove our rap good. So I started off doing like punchline, you know, I'm trying to be like Wayne, you know, you're trying to punchline and stuff like that, you know. But
He
yeah,
had it for multiple summers.
you know what I'm saying? It was a point in time Wayne was
time.
everybody's favorite rapper.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
sure.
Like,
That was my whole high school existence.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there was literally a point in time in existence where Wayne unanimously was everyone's favorite rapper. That doesn't happen. That's actually nuts. So it's like, you know, stuff like that. But then also over time, I just kept rapping because I just realized I liked writing so much. I was always good in English, always whatever. And I'm like, writing is cool and it's the quickest way to express myself. So then it turned from just like saying punchlines that were cool to now pulling on those elements of like my siblings and my like influences, you know, like Hove and like DMX and Tribe, but then it was like also Gucci Mane and Wayne and Bump J and Kanye and Common, and then you have like, you know, shit, Crucial Conflict, or you know, you have all of these different, I started just expanding on what I was listening to, and that would start coming into the pen, like Kendrick, whatever, like it would start coming into the pen, but I was just pulling from these characteristics that were set in me from like who I was around, and I'm like, okay, well, one, not only am I getting my emotions out, which I was pretty stoic in the rest of my life, like, so that was the only healthy way I can get my emotions out, but also people are relating to the stories I'm telling. And I'm like, damn, so that means I'm supposed to tell these, right? One thing Nipsey said, and I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, you know, like he was talking about rappers, like if you ain't got a life to rap about, just don't rap. Like you ain't got to lie.
It's not that hard.
and I'm thinking about like my life is kind of crazy, right? And it's like, so apparently I was supposed to rap about this shit, you know? So yeah, just pulling from inspirations, and then now I've kind of got a formula to the point where it's like I'm talking to myself at XYZ point, or I'm trying to create a scenario or something that helps me through something, because I know it helps other people too. And rap better than everyone else still. Like that's still a thing.
See, I was waiting for that part.
Yeah. Don't tweak. I'm still trying to out rap literally everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Look. Said I've been the same since the hot lunch. Niggas talking stains like they not one. Never been one for the gossip. But them niggas lame, I am not them. Look, I said it is what it is. Told my mom rap gon' get her a crib. Told my brother it's gon' change how you live. Told my ex I should've gave him my rib. But it is what it is. Confusing savage with anger. Hitting shorties with passion, man, it's dangerous. Cause those are things that'll make somebody hate you. But look, I just been the same since the hot lunch. Niggas talking stains like they not one. Hit my niggas, let them know I love them and I thought of them. Cause I've been 10 toes down since I walked on them.
Putting all the pieces together, giving all this information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think about an interview when you were talking about Chicago being, you know, big and small at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear the story about your brothers and sisters, and I resonate as being a person that's young with an old soul.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All my life, I gravitated to people that were older than me, and I picked up these things and learned these lessons along the way. I wanted you to expand on what Chicago was like, but then as I'm thinking of that question for you, I'm thinking of Stuck to Matty's again. I gotta talk about the image that was portrayed in that. That was like you said, it was a Chicago night, but like that's a B-more night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been there. The AAU.
That's a Brooklyn night.
Yo, he cool. That's at every hood, every city, every ghetto.
The first homie with a car night.
The first homie with the whole 94 Camry music is the first homie with a whip. You know what I mean? Like
it was an Alero, my man Mike.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
It was
like,
green, like that 94
You know what I'm
Camry.
saying? You motherfuckers be in Neo Geos. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are
real shit.
You feel me? Like, I think the craziest part, and I was telling somebody about it, Snuck to Matty's, it's not even about me. It's about my relationship with me and my mom.
It really is.
She said, cool, just be home on time. Long as you let my curfew, then it'll be fine. Don't be out too late, fam. I know that other kids do, but them other people kids, remember, them not mine.
Why am I more worried about not going out than I am about telling her about a traumatic event that happened? You know what I mean? Because that's the life that we live in, right? So when you think of like the city, you think of all these spaces or whatever, like I'm giving you a minute by minute detailed instructional, you know, of what happened and how I got out of it. And we go through all types of emotions, but I'm getting home and I'm just trying to make it home. I'm just worried about trying to make it home.
The gymnastics is all about the rationalization. It was kind of like, yo, if my mom finds out I almost died, she might kill me. It's like, wait a minute.
No, she will.
No,
and then I'ma not be here.
Yeah. Now we back in the same position.
And now we 0 for 2 from the line.
It's a rough night.
It's a rough night. And I think it's super cool because one, Snuck to Matty's was made very fast. The song was written in like 15 minutes.
Now that is mind-blowing.
Sorry, it's just a little fun fact. I wrote Snuck to Matty's on a metronome, like I think a 76 BPM metronome of another song called NCAA Rules that I wrote first. That's another 6-minute song. And I realized in that moment I could write a story, a play-by-play song. So on the last 15 minutes of that session, I wrote Snuck to Matty's, recorded to the metronome at home, sent it to my producer, and we built the beat out around the acapella.
Wow.
I was super excited. I called my brother right away, like my oldest brother. I'm like, yo, you gotta hear it. But it wasn't Snuck to Matty's. It was the song NCAA Rules. I sent them because it was done. That would come out someday. I have nothing. I have no idea.
I was like, I'm looking through the Rolodex. I was like, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, that's probably his favorite song.
So when we can get the hard drive with all of the unreleased,
he'll send it to you.
I feel like at this point, I feel like I'm part of the team, guys.
Yeah, come on, man. We're gonna get you right.
New York team.
I'm ready to be on the New York Street team. Just let me understand.
You got the merch on already.
Hello, not for sale is conveniently for sale. Make sure you hit the website.
Come on, rent due. Hello? But yeah, Snuck to Matty's I think is I think definitely, for me at least, explains what my life was growing up, right? Like, yeah, I know street niggas. Yeah, I know regular niggas. Yeah, we do this. We in school. We in the birds. We in the city. We moving around. You got a car. You into stuff. You know what I'm saying? People doing all types of shit. But also, your parents trust you enough to let you go out. So obviously, you're not a bad kid, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But you have to now maintain that.
You got to keep that up.
It's
Exactly.
responsibility that comes with that.
Right.
And that's what all the other hustling comes from.
Exactly. And then some of that responsibility that comes with that means you have to then like disguise a lot of the traumas that you're going through.
That song in particular, I see all of the different narratives that you explore. So there is the traumatic event that actually happens in there. But before we even get to that, because we'll put that on the table for a second, family keeps coming back in and out. And that's family that you're either born with or family that I would say friends in my life are extensions of my family.
Absolutely. The family,
These are
family you choose.
right. So talk to me about the role that family plays in whichever context plays in your life as an artist, plays in your life just as a man navigating this world. Because I keep seeing it's rich in all your music. So where does that, like, how does family inform what you do?
I really think I'm nothing but a collection of the people around me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like how I move, how I do things, how I think things, how I get in and out of things, how I view, you know what I'm saying? Like all comes, I think my family and my, adoptive family, my friends are the context to me, right? Like anytime somebody meets a different person that's close to me, they understand me more, you know?
I say, if you know my name, you know I'm the one here to help. See my mama, watch her mama lose something, all of her health. It's crazy, your worst fear is losing your mother, even if you a mother yourself. I pray you do things that aren't usual. I pray your family reunions aren't just funerals. They told me sleep is the cousin of death. That's why I part insomniac, just in case a family reunion coming. I'm not trying to be part of that, part architect trying to build my heart up. Hope I don't arrest the cardiac. I see my mans get caught in that jam. Someone took his breath away.
A lot of conversations that happens as the adolescent is transitioning into this man. And I can see a man that can look back and maybe post-rationalize very intelligently a lot of stuff. But I need to understand, okay, were you going through therapy then? Or is that something that you've accumulated throughout the course of the years? Because the brain that's explaining it in the stories is like, okay, I would think you have resolution based off of where you're at now. But as you're telling a story, it's looking back at it and saying, okay, here's what I was dealing with at this point in time.
Right.
And here's the exact reason why this happened. So it keeps coming back, oh, nah, this is when it happened. This is when it came across.
Yeah.
So talk to me about mental health inside of the context of how you exist. And then also where do you inform this practice from? And like, is it the reading? Is it you doing your own work? Like, I could hear a lot of information and wisdom that you have in this area.
I spend a lot of time alone, honestly, and I talk myself through a lot of stuff. I'm also in therapy, which is beautiful. I've been in therapy for the past year or so, which has been God's gift.
What's one of the biggest differences that brought to you? I don't want to derail.
I think the biggest difference that has brought is it's cool to sit, like you can realize something, but to have a space to sit in it. Like my therapist would tell me like, yo, like this is like, I would say something and they'll be like, oh yeah, like that's valid, right? And then they'll let me just sit in it. Like usually I would come to a realization, but life is happening. You gotta keep moving. But in that hour or whatever, this is my designated time for whatever. So if I come to a realization, I don't gotta go to the next thing. I can just sit in it. And I think that is like, that for me is like, 'cause sometimes we be sitting and just not even talking, just like she'll say something or I'll say something and afterwards, I'd be like, damn, and she'd be like, yep. And just let it simmer for a little bit. And I never have time to do that.
It's a freeing moment though once you do
Bro,
have it.
it's crazy. It's a crazy phenomenon. It's like, damn, not only was I right in how I was feeling, right? I could feel, right? So I can feel, I was right in how I was feeling, and I'm finna feel it right now. That's tough.
It's mind-blowing shit right
See,
there.
that's the deep science right there. And Brother Tony and I have dove into that years ago.
Yeah.
When I was listening to you speak, obviously, and watching the interview, science is one of those things that, like, you got a degree in this, brother. Like, this is something you do. And we made that trip, but in wellness. You know, was the path that we chose, but still scientifically.
Absolutely.
Can you just speak to what drew you to that in college? You know, because obviously context is something that's for you and your siblings.
I was always interested in it. Like my mom, like Like I always thought I was gonna be a rapper or a scientist. My mom obviously only heard scientist or scientist. You feel me? But like I always wanted to know like how. I knew like why I wouldn't always get the answer to, right? That's some God shit that's above me, right? But I always wanted to know why, right? I mean not why, how. And so learning context of things or like seeing a bigger picture, like, and just getting information, it just always came easy to me. Like, so biology just always came easy to me. So when I'm going to school, I'm like, I don't need to go to school for music. I do music every other day. Every other moment I'm not in school. So, and school became even easier for me in college when I decided to like not do it for anyone else and just make sure I'm doing what I enjoy and like to do and learning what I want to learn, which was like biology, right? I've taken every science class you can fucking think of, right? And it's always come easy because it's always been like context, and then what I've been able to do from that is then look at it through the lens of like how I grew up and the people around me, and then be able to translate like what science is or what biology is to the people around me, and then also be able to use that same lens to look at music the same way, and just like realize that outside of music being science because of physics, it's literally science as well, because all sciences, all biology specifically is as context.
I like the methodology that comes from that scientific approach. Now, the one thing I have to push back on, you took organic chemistry too?
I took orgo. Orgo is a devil though.
That's what I was about to say.
No, say bio. Like chemistry, like if chemistry is a person, I need the one.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I understood that. I was like, because that...
Sure. Don't tweak. Though orgo is... If Orgo was a person, he'll have beef with me.
Yeah, that sat me down a couple times. I was like, you know what, this ain't my route. I'm gonna go ahead and change the whole
I took
situation.
I took Orgo towards the end. You know what I'm saying? But Orgo, and that's why I separate biology from like other science, because biology is storytelling.
Yeah.
Right. And chemistry is numbers and goofy shit.
Actually, we try this. Mathematics. Might get a check, might catch it. Go ahead, deposit, might edit. Might as well like bad English.
Once you get down to something that I can't see, it lost all function.
Bro, I'm like, why are we not beating whoever made this ass? Like, so chem is like bio, microbiology, you know, epidemiology, fucking physiology, all of these, any ologies. Once you get out the ology,
that's when they're missing you.
Once you get to the street, yeah.
That ain't it.
They missing me for sure.
The main thing that I take away from it is that process that you get from there.
Yeah.
So the scientific method in particular, right? And you could apply that to a lot of different areas of life.
Absolutely.
But Fem, one of the things I learned, man, is that you might be a master in the application of that one skill set into a lot of different things. There's gonna come a day where you come across something that you can't necessarily measure by that same unit. Right. So not everything in the world is measurable. I can't use whatever I want to do to contain that.
Yeah.
For me, that brush comes in the space of where the ethereal kind of exists. It's like there's a bunch of stuff that happens past what I can understand and can measure, but it has some other purpose here.
Yeah.
And I can tell you have a strong connection to purpose in everything you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about some of the stuff that occupies that area of your life where, for me, one point of departure is like, okay, the Delacreme Scholars to the any of the food programs that you had going on during the pandemic and beyond that. And please fill us in on that side. That is connected to tribe and to purpose to me.
Right. Yeah.
Where's that part of your life come from?
My mom. I watched my mom. My mom. So we grew up. I'm obviously Nigerian and I'm Muslim, right? So like my spiritual beliefs is rooted in Islam. Obviously, like, I take from what I take and understand, but my base is in Islam. Like, I still consider myself Muslim. My mom was like a part of this council, and she would like always, like, you know, you got people who are like church moms and like always like, it was like that, but for the mosque. Like, my mom was in there. She's known, she's well respected, and she would spend her last dollar to help any kid at the mosque or help anybody with stuff. So it kind of just became, it seemed normal to just want to help the community you're a part of.
Like acts of service.
Exactly.
So I pray for more vision to see through false opinions. Pray to understand the cost of living. More than that of material. More in the light of the man, rather thoughts that's cynical. And that love is plentiful, and not only for imbeciles. And that the pinnacle of a man is when he shows that he cares. And not by the power that's shown whenever he's feared. Choose to be the truth truth, whether sober or you impaired. Pray equity and to be fair. Go together like barber and share, or like clippers and hair. Pray to not take one step forward and 3 steps back, like falling upstairs. My man's said he pray a lot, but he hardly hears anything back. He think God deaf for either that or he hardly there.
So as I've gotten older too, it's like, why not? It doesn't really hurt to do. So we started a scholarship because I graduated school, and while I was in school, I wanted to start a scholarship because it was so hard for me to get funding. So I'm like, man, when I get out of school, first thing I'm gonna do is try to do it. Well, how did I do it? Okay, well, I could just throw a show and donate some of the proceeds. Like $700, $500, something like that is not gonna change my life fully, but it may keep somebody in school, right?
Damn
So
sure will.
why not, right? You can get some hoes off your account. Then we keep building on that, right? Let's do that with more people. And then, okay, pandemic happens. CPS shuts down schools, and there's no more free lunches for people, and you can't go to a grocery store. And there's also in Chicago, there was race riots happening at the same time in conjunction to everything, along with the also regular like protests that were going on, along with police being police and everything else that plays a part. And obviously like shit with our mayor and she tweaking and all the other shit, people not getting food. Okay, what can we do to help? This whole time we've been sitting in the house trying to figure out how to help. We can start delivering food. We see our homies who are already set, who just decided, 3 people, not a corporation, not nothing, just 3 people who decided to help, set up a distribution site in front of the elementary school, and we've seen that people needed help. What about people who can't get to these distribution sites? How can we work in conjunction with what's already there? Why? Because why not? It's a pandemic. What the fuck? I'm not doing shit else. I'm at home, right? So I'm like, cool. We start the slide bys. We start reaching out to people, to start tapping into my network to try to get some funds to help deliver food to people. We look up, there's 500 families fed, like 2,000 people fed type shit. And everybody's able to select their own food. And I think what made ours unique is the fact that people submitted grocery lists to us. So it wasn't a situation where like we're just giving them food that maybe they don't want, right? Because sometimes you go to these...
That's just real, bro.
You go to these pantries and stuff like that, and there's food there, but it's just not what you actually want.
I think you're being generous by calling it food sometimes, bro. To be honest with
you know what I mean? So people just kind of have stuff. And even like the distribution sites that we had in Chicago who had amazing, like, really, like people were donating really good items. But what if I don't eat pork?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? What if I have dietary restriction? What if I'm vegan? You know what I'm saying? Black people can be vegan.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
But like, these are not even things that, subconsciously people not thinking about that, right? So, and also like, if I'm only delivering to you once or twice or something, why not? Why you are deserving to have something you actually want, right? So, and being somebody to personally hand it to you and not want anything in return, right? Like, that is a feeling like you deserve to feel that, right? So how can we fill in the gaps of what's already being done, but also at the same time create a space to allow Black people in the midst of probably some of the most traumatic shit that they've been dealing with, because niggas was still dying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
at a higher
we
rate.
still dealing with all of the same shit. We're the most susceptible because of like all the other shit we've been through. So here's a moment to make you feel, to make you feel good and take care of what you got. And let's have these white people pay for it.
It's strategic empathy.
You know what I mean?
Pulling
It's
that
like,
together.
so trying to map that out and then like, all right, keep that going, keep the scholarship going, stuff like that. Because in my head, it's like, why? It doesn't hurt me that much am I tired? Yes. Is this stress about whatever? But you see somebody, grandma sitting on a porch all day dressed for church, and she's just sitting there waiting, and she's waiting for groceries to come. Like, and you see her face light up when she get, just the random little groceries that she wanted that she's terrified to leave her stoop to get.
Changes lives, man.
I could be tired for that. That don't hurt me to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
It's like, and it don't hurt. Like, there are people who came, we made a community out of that. I made friendships through that are people I didn't even know. Fans came out, other people came out. We're helping in conjunction with people. We seen what community look like. You get able to see what life looks like without government, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yo, listen, man. You here for the overthrow. Like,
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
it's
down
like-
to support.
So it's like, it's
I
just,
got the shirt on.
you know what I mean? So, but it's just the idea that, you know what I'm saying? Like you see this community form, but you also see like, damn, like we really have the ability to take care of each other, and it's okay to do that. And it doesn't really hurt me that much to do. Like, I'm not killing myself. If anything, making me more alive than I was before.
Yeah, you filling that cup back up too, man. That's another part to it where you have the capacity to do for others, and you see how what you would say is marginal to your own existence
Yeah.
can change somebody else's life.
Yeah, immediately.
That return, even just in the look, I made a change here. I can see the delta that's going to have.
Yeah,
how many
there were
that
people
fall down.
who kept delivering to families after we stopped.
Yeah,
Like they made a relationship with the family and kept delivering.
man, that's beautiful.
You know what I mean? That's just, it's crazy.
So when you do things like that and you see the relationship that you could develop with people one-on-one, the relationship you could develop with people with your art, you know, just with the communities that you build everywhere you're going, what's your aspirations going forward? Like what's something that you are legitimately excited or geeked about doing and haven't gotten a chance to do just yet?
Teach. I want to like teach in an institution. I really am excited to be able to like blend hip hop and science together and then put it in something that people can digest.
Yeah, we're going to get Bill Nye right out the box, fam.
Yeah.
Today.
I'm dead. Still not a
That's
science.
Neil
We getting out the
deGrasse.
box. We
That's-
taking Neil deGrasse behind the gym bleachers right
Yeah,
now.
but I
Gonna
think-
clean them up.
I think the cool thing about it though, like, is what that does is I like the idea of like humanizing the Black experience because we're naturally dehumanized, so thus everything we make is dehumanized as well.
Listen,
You know what I mean? So it's like being able to bring context or life into like your favorite album, like
Mm-hmm.
when you understand the context of Reasonable Doubt and then everything that's attached to Brooklyn at that time, or you know, hip hop in the '90s and being Black, and now you understand this mafioso identity and you understand why this was needed in order for him to like persevere, and then you look up and realize the shit that he's talking about and what he's not saying, right? And you're like, oh, okay, now this is more than just a good album. This is also humanity, and then here we are.
It's humanity. It's rules to how I got out of this phase of humanity. If
You
you,
know what I
follow
mean?
these rules, you can avoid
I might give
all
you
the
a
stuff.
blueprint.
Yeah.
1 through 3.
You know what I'm saying? I might
Yeah,
allow you to,
all the pieces. If
you know what I mean?
the
Like,
information
but
was there.
even in something like a Lil Durk or Chief Keef or things of that sort, you understand the context of West Inglewood. You understand where these environments. You understand the biology of these places and how this affects people's psychology and things of that sort. Now you have context and why niggas are talking about what they talk about, and now they're human again.
I try to find more opportunities for myself in life as I'm advancing, a position where I could look at the person, whoever's standing across from me, guy, girl, whatever, as the child that didn't get what that child was supposed to get at the time that was most pivotal. So it's kind of like, okay, if I'm looking at my own neighborhood growing up where safety was a wandering thing at times.
Right.
Okay, the decisions that person had to make coming from that Marcy area and everything else, okay, they were literally just trying to proliferate food, water, shelter for their family.
That's what they're gonna do. Yep.
9 times out of 10. And then I don't just want to have those things. I also don't just want to make a living wage. I want to make a thriving wage. So here's the resources that I had. Here's how I justify where I need to go in this game.
I didn't grow up seeing thriving in general. So there's a medium to provide me a way to like be opposite of what I was used to. I'm going to gravitate towards that. And then on top of that, like when you start thinking of like the ego that comes along with a lot of these things, it's like, well, you know, you have to have some sort of ego to allow you to shield yourself from not feeling, you know, less than, because your counterparts have everything, right? So like you lean into this idea, you damn near become a different person, which is why 444 is so amazing and to kill Jay-Z anyway. But
He killed his ego, man. Had
you know
to
what I
have
mean?
the ego death.
But it's like yeah, so it's but all of that is biology.
With that much of an ability to appraise stuff, fam, I got to ask you, what does success mean to you today?
Today, in this moment, success means first and foremost being genuinely happy, doing what I love to do, and being able to provide and sustain for the people around me. Like I need to be able to change the lives of the people around me. That is probably the easiest form, and be happy doing it. Changing the lives of the people around me and being happy doing it is probably the easiest way I can define success.
What's happiness look like for you?
Happiness looks like joy without regrets, like not feeling guilty for feeling good. Like just, you know, being in a space where Like I'm like, I feel good about this, and I don't feel bad about feeling good about this.
It's growth right there.
Yeah.
This is a very mature young man. I can see. I told you. I'm happy that we finally decide to pull some of these things out. But I knew it was right underneath the surface the whole time, man. You know,
for sure.
Again, it's hard to fan out over a dude that I like actually could hit up at any point in time. I was like, yo, this motherfucker's cool as hell, man.
Nah, thank you, man.
It's like, yo, look at the
Appreciate
introspection
you,
he
man.
just gave you, bro. You see this?
Easy right there.
I love it, man.
Everybody ain't getting that. You know?
Not all the time, man. And in that same position, fam, you know, I could see already for me what your legacy can be or what I could think that legacy would mean. But as an artist, you know, when you're transitioning into, and I would say you still could be making art while you're teaching or wherever.
Yeah, for sure.
But what would you want your pantheon of art to stand for when you see everything like in the twilight phase? What do you want your art to really mean to the people that's hearing it right now?
I think just my life in general. I think I just want it to be an example of being multidimensional. I think it's just breaking the idea of a black man being one-dimensional.
You shattering that shit right now, bro.
You know, and I wonder, I'm trying to step on the pieces until they don't exist anymore.
Straight dust right now.
Yeah.
Cosmic. Taking it to that molecular level. He found the science again, bro. He put it right back in.
There's something smaller than an atom now. That you know what I mean?
Deep science.
Say deep science.
We're taking it to the next level.
Deep science.
If there was something that you could give the listeners, right?
Mm-hmm.
A gem, if you will. Something off the strength to follow a passion, to be multidimensional, if you will. You know, what's something you could give our listenership, you know, so they can put their best foot forward, you know, and hopefully walk on a better path, so to speak.
Two things. Rules don't exist, and on the other side of fear is opportunity.
The other side of fear is opportunity.
Rules don't exist is number one, though.
That's the first one.
Foremost,
First rule is there is
You
no
didn't
rule.
learn that in the pandemic. I don't know.
Rules don't, that's why I learned it then.
Everybody,
You gotta cut through
there's
like
no
that
rules.
every
There's
single
no
time.
rules to this shit.
He bending spoons out here with that last one.
There was never a spoon.
There was no spoon. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That was on some real Matrix. Somebody gonna look back. He's like, did he just bend the spoon with his mind? I don't
Hey,
even understand
yo.
how he did that.
You ain't gotta tell me that I got it. Look, I know that I got it. I knew my new shit was the hottest for anyone knew things about it.
My brother, man, people gonna need to know where they could get this not for sale. They gonna need to know how they can keep up with everything that's coming up. I know you got some tours and all the rest of that. Please, I need you to plug right here, brother.
Yeah, Not For Sale is out now. It is on all platforms. You can stream that, play that, loop it, all etceteras. We have merch for sale.
You better believe it.
Literally, funny enough, we're not for sale, but those hoodies are. And you can get those at my website, which is femdot.com. It's like my IG name. It's super simple. And yeah, we're back on tour with Saba. We'll be in North America, pretty much all North America, so US and Canada, starting in April until the end of May. So catch me in a city near you. More music and more cool stuff soon.
Man, so the last thing I gotta ask is, yo, can I pull up to the next video shoot? Can I come to the next concert? Like, you need somebody on tour to be on the road, though. Like, I'm here for this, man. My services is right here, fam. At any point.
Spiritual advisor to Off the Strength
Spiritual
podcast.
advisor right here, you know.
what I'm saying? I know
We
you
a
need
tight
some
crew,
yoga
bro.
in your life. I heard you do yoga. You ain't
I
had
do
my
do
class.
yoga. I
You
do.
know what
I
I'm
need
saying?
to get right. I ain't done yoga in a minute. I need
The
to get
yin and
right.
the yang,
That's
it can
what
come
I'm
together,
saying.
bro.
Tone, he do what Tone do. You know
Yeah,
what
you
I'm saying?
know. Just be out there, Tony.
He just be there. You know?
He
He gonna give you that intro again. He's gonna give you some
That's
good
a
words.
crazy
Yo, I
intro.
can bring you out every time, fam, every
That's
night.
it.
Be like, all right. And now.
That's a crazy intro.
At
for
guard.
sure. At guard.
Once again, it's been another fantastic episode of Off the Strength. I'm a trainer called Tony.
K.R. Jones.
Peace and much love out there. Till next time, we'll see you soon.
For sure.
My man.
Me and mine, we gon' be fine, fine. Me and mine, we gon' be fine. Me and mine, we gon' be fine, fine. Yeah, 'cause I brought all mine. If you brought all yours, it's bustin' for me. If them is all yours, then they are all mine. It's nothing for me. We just hustler to the folks like damn, it is bustin' for real. Like damn, it is bustin' for real. I told them it's bustin'.
What's good, everybody? I'm a trainer called Tony, and I am here from the infamous Off the Strength podcast, asking you today, listeners, viewers, wherever you may be, to please like, listen, and subscribe to our podcast. This is how we're going to continue to be able to deliver you the best goddamn wellness information out here. So if you want to keep hearing this and you want us to keep growing, you are a part of this show just as much as anything else. So please go to offthestrength.com. Make sure you check out our blogs. Make sure you check us out on IG. And if you're hearing this voice and you didn't hit that subscribe button, know that Kyle is going to come looking for you.
You got that right.